Definitely looking forward to this evening. So without further ado, I'm gonna turn it over to my partner, my big sister, Dr. Lola Thompson. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Welcome everybody. Welcome everyone to our conversation, right? Let's Talk Wednesday. We're going to share information with you and let you hear people's testimonials, people's life reality, right? And so we decided to kick off this particular celebration that we'll do every Wednesday, talking to the man who I had an opportunity, Mr. Arvida. I had an opportunity to talk to him probably about, I guess it's been, maybe it was last weekend. And I just got on to, I asked him to help me with something. Now this is the CEO of our company, okay, you guys. So and part of this is we really want you to understand not the company so much, but this is about understanding the essence and the spirit behind the company. And so I had the opportunity to sit down with him. I thought, like, I was rushing. I was like, ooh, I need to let you go. Because it was getting later and later, right? But he actually sat on the phone on a Zoom session with me and shared some things with me for over 2 hours. Over 2 hours, right? And I mean, every time I thought he was gonna say, hey girl, I can't talk to you no more, he just kept kind of pouring in. And what I shared with him that night, right before we bring him on, what I shared with him was that one of the reasons why this is such an important endeavor for me, like Tim said, he and I have been involved in this industry for years, sometimes with each other, lots of times not with each other, but all the time believing in it, right? And also in health and wellness. What I don't talk about a lot of times is I started out like my work life in the Maryland area, working in the health industry. I was actually a licensed health insurance person, and I worked with seniors and older folks, and always dealt with I'm not going to say the name of the company, but it was one of the largest healthcare companies in the world. And being there, working with seniors, working with people, seeing illness, it just got real plain to me real early in my life, you guys, how important health is, right? And how health is your wealth. You can't have wealth without having health. I don't know if it was Dr. Ruth Ann who mentioned, last night, Steve Jobs, right? At the end of his life, all of us, those of us who were on social media saw that post that he had going around everywhere, somebody circulated, which he talked about his money did him no good at that point. He was dying. And because he needed help, good health was of the optimum importance. If he could have given away all his money to get his health back and to save his life, he would have done that. So your health is your wealth. I learned that then. I learned it throughout the years. I have since become a vegan. I haven't eaten pork or beef in close to 20 years. A choice though, no judgment. It was just a choice because I'm really sold out for health. But I don't have a problem sharing with you guys that as much as I ate right, as much as I thought I was doing right, I really wasn't, because I was allowing my life, right, and stress and work to affect my health, because that will affect your health as well. And if your body is not balanced, it will cause some serious issues when it comes to your health. And that's something that I'm working through right now. Thank God I'm working through it with Sanki as part of my healing process. But I shared some of that with him last week as well. And so he shared with me, he started to tell me a lot of different things. What I want him to share with you guys this evening is two things, most important, and I'm going to ask him when he comes on. The kind of story of the origin of how Sanki began, this company, looking at this product. And some of you may have heard it before from different people, but I thought it was really powerful when he told it. And the other question I want him to share with you all is one of the, I'm having a logo done for a business of mine, and the logo is going to be the tree of life. Well, we have something called millennial trees that we utilize to create and prepare our Sanki product, right? The bacteria in those trees. And I found out that my tree of life is an olive tree, is the millennial tree, right? These 2,000-year-old trees. And so he told me that story, just about those trees, where they come from, how many of them we have, and where they're located. So those are some of the things that I hope that he shares with us this evening. We have other different people on the panel who are going to share with us as well. But what I want you guys to keep in mind as you listen is that the whole point is to inspire health. Tim said it in the beginning. of course, we'll make money. Zig Ziglar said many years ago, you help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want, and I'm gonna add and more. But really the health comes first. And so with a lot of different network marketing companies, they always beating you over the head over, find distributors, build your business. I loved what this man said, because he was like, it starts with the product. It starts with healing people. It starts with understanding how important that is first. So as you're listening to us, whether you're already involved in the Sanki's program or you're thinking about it, man, this is someplace you can find health, and health means longevity, and health means wealth. So I see that our amazing CEO is up there now. So I'm gonna bring him up. You ready? Are you ready, Mr. Arvita?
Of course, Dr. Lola, we born ready.
Okay. I love it. See
we
that?
All born ready, We
are born ready. We are born ready. I was telling folks a little bit about the conversation that I was so blessed and so grateful to have with you last week, you guys. He's a man who's a very successful businessman, but I gotta be honest with you, as impressed as I am with your business acumen, I'm more impressed with your spirit. And I just really wanted everybody to hear some of the things that you shared with me. We've heard a couple of different times before, a lot of different times before from different people about where Sanki came from. Like, how did it start? How did y'all find out about this product? And when I say that, I really want to go to the beginning, because what I want you to understand, everybody, is that you're in the right place at the right time. You could not have made a mistake and been here. This is exactly where you're supposed to be for so many different reasons. And when you hear this story in its totality, I think you will really, really, really understand that even greater. So can you share with us a little bit, sir? Where did Sanki come from? Like, where does the product come from? And how did you come to find out about the product, you and Mr. Teo?
Well, first of all, thank you for the introduction, and thank you for the love that you have for our company, our vision, our mission. And thank you, all of you, to be connected tonight. It's an amazing night to be connected and share a little bit about what you created with this concept that says, let's talk. Because that's what Sanki and the world is about. We need to talk about so many things, and so we can meet and know each other in a better way. And it is not just about the business side. It's about we as a community, we as a family, and we as a family-oriented company that is just trying to put a grain of sand in people's lives. So hopefully what we have been doing with Sanki makes sense for a lot of people in the future, and hopefully in the future people remind us like they leave the company or they leave the product, so they found something in our culture, philosophy, and products technology that really changed their life to the better. And I think that the question that you just made right now, I think that is two answers for that thing. The first one of why Sanki started, I think that we decided to start Sanki for so many reasons, but at the end, it was like okay, so we understand the network marketing from the distributor standpoint of view. We were distributors. Alejandro, my partner, the founder of the company, the chairman of the company, we were together in a network marketing company more than 20 years ago, and we both were distributors for the first time. We never heard about network marketing before. And we were in different positions in different cities, and we just happened to meet in one event, and then we became great friends, and we were sharing so many adventures and amazing stories. But what we learned from that company is the beautiful of network marketing, and also the bad things about network marketing, like you say, like enroll, and money, and if you don't make $20 million, you are a failure. And if you don't enroll like 20 people per week, and you're a failure, and that's not your optimal potential. And really, that's all you can do. And you need to develop your optimal potential all the time, and you need to inspire, and you need to learn, and you need to read. So many great things that we learned from that experience. But also, we learned that I'm not going to say for all of them, but for a lot of companies, it's just a finance investment movement. Let's put a couple $1 million together, and let's create a product. Let's call some labs and some companies that they manufacture product. Let's create a product. Let's build a story behind, and let's just sell with a great comp plan, great stories, sell money, and play with people mindset. And most of the companies were selling this big dream, and you need to have a yacht, and if you are not driving a Ferrari, or you don't have a Bentley, or you don't have a Rolls Royce, and you need to expose your Rolex, and you need to expose your beautiful diamond ring, and you need to show your Gucci suit, and you everything like that. It was a little bit uncomfortable to fake it. And I have a couple of great stories when we met one guy that used to record videos with a Rolls Royce. And then one day when I met him in a hotel, I said, "Hey, show me your car." And I said, "Well, yeah, my car, yeah, I want to see your Rolls Royce. I mean, I love it. It's a Phantom one. It's amazing. And can we see your car?" He was driving a small Hyundai, like 20 years old, and he accepted to me that he rented the car just for make the videos. But in the videos, the first impression that I had as when I was living down in Mexico 20 years ago, and I saw those videos, I was like, oh my gosh, this is lifestyle. Driving out from a big mansion, network marketing company, you need to follow me, blah, 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 blah. And then you realize that everything was fake. And so when we get a scam with that company, because there's no other way to put it, when the company shut down after the big promise that they made to us, and then suddenly they say, we don't want to continue this company, we felt very bad, and we say, we need to create something that is totally the opposite. We need to create something that really people is first, and we need to create something that nobody else is able to have. And that's how we started, and that's why we start Sanki. That's the first reason that why we start Sanki, or why we start the journey that ends with Sanki, is we had a very clear purpose in our mind that we need to be first, we need to be professionals in this industry. It's not about a game, because we both were professionals in our works, in our business, in our companies, as entrepreneurs, because I found a lot of companies in my life, and every time that I found a company, I say, I just need to be the best company, or the best company in my country for this specific industry that I'm attacking to. And as I shared with you, I opened restaurant franchises, I created concepts, I was the #1 exporter from Mexico to China in plastic materials for more than 7 years. So I was the best, or the #1 offset company printing books for all the schools in Mexico at that time when I started to market the company. So I just decided to be always the best in everything that I do, because that's how I was educated. Like, I have potential. My parents told me that, my grandparents told me that, and mostly my grandma, who was a huge important piece of my life. And she showed me the one of the most important things, which is love what you do. No matter if you don't like it, I mean, make it that you can love what you do. So when we were deciding in that journey to be the best, and we have this experience with the network marketing company, because also when I decided to join the network marketing company, and after I had the opportunity to meet with Jim Rohn, I say, I just want to be the best in this industry. I just want to be the best leader. And I was working, traveling, sleeping under the buses, in the small cabins that the drivers used to live. And I was paying them to allow me to sleep under in that small piece of that small space, so we can travel during the night to the next city, and we don't need to spend money in the hotels, and we can be relieved instead to be stretched in the.
Let me stop you for a minute, because I've heard you say that before, but I want you to tell people this, okay? Because this is what I did not know. All right. He's talking about sleeping in the cab compartment under the bus driver, so that they could go from city to city. So you hear somebody do something like that, and you say, wow, they didn't have any money. At that particular point in your life, weren't you already a successful businessman when you said, I'm going to do that, I'm going to sleep for the sake of time so I can be fresh? Weren't you already a successful businessman when you were doing that?
Yeah, of course. Money was never a problem. The situation was, at the beginning, we decided to start driving from one city to another one. But then, because we started so early, because our level of commitment has been always at 100%. So we decided to and at that time, we used to have the one-on-ones every hour. So I called you, Dr. Lola, I'm gonna be in your city next Monday. We need to full the agenda with one-on-ones because I wanna present this business opportunity to all your team members. And every team member that you have, they can bring guests and we can do one-on-ones every hour at the top of the hour. So we used to start at 9 o'clock, the first one-on-one, and then the next at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then at 8, we rent a salon and we give training to all the distributors in that city. And then we do the business opportunity presentation in that hotel meeting room. And then after that, we offer a training. So at the end, or at the time that you finish that journey, because it's not just about the presentation and the training, it's about how many hours, extra hours you spend with your leaders talking after the event, like giving the final, the small detail, the fine tuning, or when we introduce that person, we commit this mistake. The next time the music needs to be in this side. Remember that the blue labels for the guests, the red labels for the distributors. Remember that we need to have a list of attendees. Remember that we need to follow up with these people. I saw this guy in the middle of the room that was very interested and he was very well dressed, so maybe he can connect with more people. So all of these feedback after the events, we spend maybe an extra 2 hours with the leaders. And then they invite me to have dinner, and sometimes we were traveling together, Garrett and myself, or Enzi and myself, or Alejandro and myself, and we were traveling together, so they invite us to have dinner. So after 2 weeks of this rhythm, we say we cannot drive anymore. We're gonna kill ourselves in the freeway. So we need to start taking the bus. So let's go to the city, and then as soon as we finish the event, we go to the bus station and we take the bus to the next city, and we create a circuit to the north, then to the south, then to the east, then to the west. And with this travel schedule that we put together, we say, okay, we can sleep at the bus, but at the beginning, when you are sit down in those seats, you don't rest the same way. So we say, what if we ask the driver to allow us to sleep in the cabin that they have under next to the suitcases area, and they always have a bed there. So what if we rent him that space? So as soon as we get to the door of the bus, we say, hey, can we sleep here? Can we travel in this area? No, how do you believe it's impossible? It's security, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna give you a little bit money. Can I pay for that? And then drivers say, okay, yes. And we explain them, we are working like this and we're traveling on time, we need to rest. So sometimes we were 2 people in that small area just sleeping and waking up in the next city. We just went to a restaurant, have breakfast, shower in the restrooms of the restaurants of the hotels, and be ready for the one-on-ones of the day. And that's how we live for more than 1 year. Traveling every day. And then we have, at that time, that company used to have leadership trainings every Saturday. So every Saturday we should travel back to Mexico City and be in the leadership trainings. You can watch some of these videos in our Sanki story video. We have those events where we were part of. And if you identify me in there, I'm there, like smiling, and with my yellow team. And we have teams with colors, and my team at that time was yellow, and we have the name called Match. And that's how we started, and that's how committed we were with this process, because as Jim Rohn used to say, we are truly honest, but we were wrong. We were honestly wrong promoting something that we didn't know that the company was planning just to make a lot of money and disappear. So we were truly honest with that vision that we were sharing. But at the end, we learned a lot, and we get in love with this industry, and we decided, let's become a professional in this industry. And that's what we decided to do, and that's what we did. I start getting involved with the FTC, with the DSA more directly. Since then, I have over 15 years already working directly with the DSA, with the FTC. We're following all the people that you already know here in the States, that for me, and this is something that hopefully people understand me, when you live in Mexico City, in Mexico, I used to live in San Luis Potosí, and you see people like Les Brown, Jim Rohn, John C. Maxwell, Tim Sales, Tony Robbins, all of these guys, you see them back then as a far, far, far away, and that you will never have the opportunity to work with them. So I make a commitment that I say, I'm gonna be Tony Robbins certificate. And I became Tony Robbins certificate. And I say, I'm gonna be John C. Maxwell certificate. And I became John C. Maxwell certificate. And I don't know if I shared with you one of my little treasures the other day.
Oh, yeah.
But this is my John C. Maxwell certification thing. And this is one of the things that really makes a lot of value for me, and I want to share with everyone tonight. But I don't know, I remember that I shared this with someone, but those are my notes from John C. Maxwell, signed by John C. Maxwell. And this is my treasure, because when I asked John C. Maxwell to sign my notes, he was like, really? You don't want me to sign your books? Well, on my books? Yeah, sign my books as well, but I want to sign my notes. And he signed my notes, and those are the dreams that come true when you decide to be a professional in something. And I decided to be in love with this industry and become a professional in this industry.